What's going on, traders? It looks like this rally got some legs, and of course, we're going to continue to watch to see what happens after the bell. Does Amazon or Apple cut off these legs on this rally? We'll see what happens here. Let's take a look.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, let's take a look at this rally. It is holding on up for a second, and I don't know why I just searched rally as a ticker, but I don't think that one's a ticker.
Rally. We got our rally caps on.
Yeah, rally cap, 2-out rally, baby.
And wait, it wasn't so easy, though. It wasn't so easy. They had a nice break this morning. Took out the pre-market low by a decent margin, and then everyone got leaning short, and someone came in with their buying shoes on here. These are 15-minute brackets, just rolled people right and left. Picked up momentum. When we took out yesterday's high at 42.75, shorts had nowhere to go. We were discussing on the daily charts this morning, where is their resistance? Where is their daily resistance? And there isn't any. And that's what the market is exhibiting today. Of course, Apple and Amazon could upset the momentum. But there you have it. I mean, that's a rally. New high close for the move. Highest we've been since the middle of June. Crude, big reversal of fortune for crude here. Was going to try and get in triple digits, but I'm not sure if OPEC said something, but you turned around. They hit the brakes down 35 cents at 96.91. Look at gold perking up here. Cleared that 1750-60 area. Now working its way to 1800. The superstar is silver. There was nothing in the 19 handle, and it went down through it quickly, and it went right back up to it quickly, knocking on the door at $20 for silver. Who would have thunk it when it ticked lower 18s on Monday? Bitcoin does not want to be left out of the rally, up 12.10 at 24,020.
Joel, for some reason you got muted, man. Joel, for some reason you got muted. I don't know why, but you didn't even do anything, but I think it was the mic.
You got me back?
There, you're back, man. I just wanted to make sure we get you. All right, let's keep looking at what you were saying. Just rewind that a little bit.
Where did you hear me talk about Bitcoin?
Yeah, let's start there. Bitcoin, ETH, what do you see?
Bitcoin, looking at the high of the rebound here. Since you hit 20K, we struggled at 24 a little bit here. We'll see what happens this time. I believe that high was just a little bit above. So Bitcoin getting back into that open area, and Ethereum, that was dealing with some resistance. Put that behind. You had 3-4 highs in the same area. So cryptos acting like stocks, not like, not going contra. They're moving with the stock market today, folks.
Now, of course, a lot of people are talking about the Chips and Science Act, which includes $52 billion for U.S. companies to produce computer chips. Of course, this is going to bring billions more in tax credit to encourage investment in chip manufacturing and include tens of billions of dollars to fund some scientific research. The bill now heading to, of course, President Joe Biden to sign it into law. We'll see how this affects, but definitely you could see the effects in some of the names like today, NVIDIA, Google was moving on up, but it's going to be interesting to watch. The one that didn't move up was QCOM. That was interesting that weren't able to come back from those earnings, but NVIDIA did look strong also today. Let's see what do you see on that chart, Joel?
The Qualcomm, we got this one right. We get some right. We get some wrong. It broke down. It has fundamental. They didn't like the earnings. Boom,
Mm-hmm.
it went back up to 150 and then couldn't hold. So down on the day. So kind of special circumstances with that. NVIDIA traders, get your notebook out. You got a level of levels here. You broke down from this 180 level. You tested it on 1, 2, 3 occasions. You're poking your head above it. There's a congestion area here, but a close above 180, that'd be good for NVIDIA. The dog that I own, Intel, I can't tell you if it's a growth. I can't tell you anything about NVIDIA except this. Boom. I'm going to draw a line here. Okay. Let's call it 40 and a half, 40.62 until Intel gets through that level, closes above that level, then you got to look down on it. But above 40.60, I don't know when they have. Yeah, they think they had earnings.
You got to go with the sexy name, Joel.
Yeah, you do.
It's no longer Intel. It's all about AMD, baby. Advanced Micro Devices. Look at that push today. Nice little close, too. Coming towards that 92. Doesn't look
We
too
gave
bad.
you that level. We gave you the level, the high of the rebound in AMD. We gave you 91.58, took it out by a little bit more than that, went to 92.22. But that's what Intel does. Intel does not like to obey my numbers like other stocks. Actually, 92.03 is what I should have given you. That was the high of the rebound. Trying to get a gap fill up to 94 and a quarter. We'll see what happens with earnings, but nice day for AMD, trying to get back into triple digits.
Earnings for AMD coming Tuesday after the market close. So just wanted to put that on our radar. Let's continue. Let's take a look at a stock that surprised me today, which was Etsy. I'll call out the earnings here. I'll take a look here. Etsy beat and a beat, 51 cents, beating the 34-cent estimate. Sales at 585.1 million, beating the 557.25 million estimate. And after Shopify's numbers, I was expecting to see Etsy miss here, and it didn't miss at all there, at least from their numbers.
Gap up, even though it was a much higher gap, you still made some money buying it if you're so inclined. 100.94. That was your open, ticked 100.30, and boom, took off 106.66. I can't give you anything in here when there's nothing in here. If you want another target on the upside, your next daily high comes in at 110.95. That's it. Except for today, you'll get your daily highs and low, or your daily high and your daily close. But this one, the gap and go, if you could just not look at it, it was a good trade there off the open.
Well, Joe, looks like dogs still have fleas in the digital world, in the metaverse, because Meta is coming on down, and now that dog is a dog in my eyes, and it's going to be a hard story to turn around. Earnings missing, and there was a lot of talk there and trying to generate future growth, a lot of focus into what they're going to actually be able to accomplish. They talked about releasing Project Cambria later this year. But to me, that increase in the Quest 2 just showed me more and more that they're concerned.
Yeah, in this one, I don't know who was beating me up in the pre-market, but they're like, your number, what's your number? And when you see something like this in the pre-market, also in the after hours, that it just shows you that it's just not it's not your day traders out there. As someone with some big money, they were saying, I'm selling all I can right now on strength at 163. You never saw that in the regular session, right? This is the bar that got a little bit more aggressive toward in the last 15 minutes before the open, pounded it off the open. We were probably a little bit high with our buy zone. We were looking more, under 160. But you know what? It got perilously close to the low of the move, 54 and a quarter. You got the 54.85. Nice rebound. So down but not out yet for Meta. S&Ps are leaking here a little bit. Now we're trying to close above 40.70 here. High 81.25. They stuck that in, and now after this 130-point rally over the last 140-point rally from the last two sessions, people are like, I'm going to ring the register ahead of Apple and AMD earnings. At least that's what you're looking at with 18 minutes remaining in the session.
All right, so let's start taking a look at some of those earning stocks that are coming at the bell. Roku is one of them. We'll get into the bigger ones, but one that probably isn't on everybody's radar, or at least taking a focus on it. Roku coming after the bell.
Ooh, Roku, bad day. Oh man, what was it? Wasn't this a bad day? No, that was a good day yesterday. Man, this is a tough stock. Nowheresville, I would say I'd trim the edges on this one. I'd be a seller at just 90. That was your high on Monday. And if you dip below 80, you got a low from Tuesday at 77.82. Trying to peg this in the 80 handle, you're kind of just in the middle, been whipping around pretty good. But I keep an eye. I go wide on that one, 80.90 for Roku.
All right. So one thing that I like to do sometimes is just pull up our Benzinga calendar to see how they've done in the past, right? Look at this. Surprise on EPS all the way through 2018, the second quarter of 2018, all to the green side. So we'll see what happens in Roku. Estimated EPS at a loss of 68 cents with estimated revenue at 805.64 million. We'll see what happens there in Roku. Just want to give those Intel numbers too, because I missed those numbers.
Sure.
I'm trying my best to try to give you guys those estimates so you guys can watch it as it hits. Looks like we got unconfirmed here for the estimates there. There it is. It's 69 cents for the EPS and 17.92 billion for the revenue. We'll see how Intel performs also. And of course, we're going to be watching, of course, some of the big boys. Let's take a look at Apple. What is predicted for Apple here? We'll take a look at the chart. I'll let Joel give you guys some level, but at least the estimated EPS coming in here at $1.16, an estimated revenue at 82.60. We'll see what happened. What do you see on the charts?
We gave you this one this morning. We talked about, because it has earnings tonight, you're going to see a little bit more, trimming of positions. You broke with the market, really couldn't give you anything at 54.51. But we did like this 57.33 area from yesterday. Got through it a little bit today. What also was interesting about that level is right before it broke down here in May, it had a 57.28 close. So still, you get just call it with that price action today. Let's call it 157.50. It always seems to always beat. Next level above that, if you're playing it from the long side, 159.54. Man, if they don't like it, and I'm just going to go to my first area where I see a pair of lows. Ooh, boy, that's down at 147. You can see there's some intermediate levels in between there, but the only place I have a pair of lows for you is down at 147.
One thing that I'll watch is just this kind of state. The last time they missed on EPS and revenue was all the way back in 2016.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, just kind of state that. I like to look at the trends there, and then definitely pointing. We'll see if it's able to surprise again on both EPS and revenue. All right, let's go to the next one. Of course, we'll be watching Amazon. And I think when you look at Amazon, you might see maybe some weakening consumer demand, but also what I'm going to be watching, and I think, we saw that clear in the Google report and the Microsoft report. It's all about the cloud base, right? AWS here. Keep that on your radar. You might get a miss, but maybe some good cloud news, and that keeps pushing the stock on up. Estimated here at 14 cents EPS, and the estimated revenue at 119.12 billion, 119.12 billion there. we'll see what happened. Last time, just to kind of give an idea, they missed there on EPS and just barely beat the revenue. This one's a little bit more of a mixed bag. Sometimes they do miss.
They do. And last quarter, they missed and never really recovered from it. Uh, what you're looking at is I'll give you a zone here. Pair highs at let's call it 125. But the real key level, if you really want this thing to get crazy on the upside, you want to get it into this gap area, 130.76. That was from the last report. You gave it a look when you went to 128.99 back on June 6th, but I don't think you can really get excited until it starts to work its way into the gap area from the last earnings report. Of course, much higher price stock back then. I would be tempted if they whack this to buy the dip just because of what we've seen so far. And that is what for the whole range, the actual low of the move. Let's call it 101. Let's just call it this 115, 116 area would be interesting. Perhaps the area of the Walmart low, 114 and a half, 115, 114.53 was the Walmart low. So on a miss or a decline, see if you can pick it up there. That's about halfway back of this entire move. This has been a tough move since they had the earnings, got hit with the market, came down, really had everyone, oh, it's going to double digits. Another rally, another failure. But it seems like buyers have been stepping up. I like the 115 area.
All right, there was a good mover and easy talking about it too. Thermo Fisher Scientific, and I was calling this one out because for some reason, I looked at healthcare and I saw diagnostics and research really pushing. So I wanted to see the high cap names. Of course, you see at the top there, Thermo Fisher, and I'll give you guys those earnings on that one. But what is also up there? DHR, that one also having a really nice day off of the back of this Thermo Fisher Scientific earnings, which they did beat and a beat there. So it's
gotta hurt. Both high price, both high price stocks, a little bit more difficult to trade. I'll take a look at the Thermo Fisher. Now that's Thor Industries. It's TMO.
TMO.
Yeah. Oh boy. Been in a trading range, right? Been in a trading range going for almost a whole year. Down at 500, 5 to 520. So let's see. I mean, are we going to get to the top of the trading range now? Whew. Got to 603 today, 618.36. That's what I'd maybe be holding out for if you're long this. As far as where to buy it on a dip, that's a little bit tough. You did get a chance, sold off with the market today, but hard to find support in this thing, but easier to find a potential upside target at 618.36. That was your April high, Thermo Fisher.
It always scares me when the chat starts telling me it's a Kramer favorite, but we'll keep moving on from there. Let's get out of Thermo Fisher. Let's take a look at Comcast, because this was a surprising information given that they were flat on broadband subscribers. Yes, I'm saying it here. They beat and a beat, but that really scared investors that they were flat. This is the first time ever that Comcast doesn't gain on broadband subscribers. And to make things worse, right, they had Peacock, right? And Peacock paid subscribers remained flat at 13 million after adding 4 million in the last quarter.
Lot of competition out there. What I'll say is it behaved today, at least at that $39 area. You can see all the daily lows going back in July. So 39 holds, 38.98 the low. Now the problem is you really haven't distanced yourself for that area. So 39 holds today. I think for the bulls here, you want to see it hold a couple more days here at 39 and turn up. Can't look for any major upside until you hit 40.32 was your high. And now you got a $2 gap You don't see that very often in a stock like Comcast, trading big volume today for CMCSA, and maybe you should be surprised. Look at what AT&T did. So that took a major haircut. A lot of competition out there, right? And prices are coming down, and your prices are, well, they're not really coming down at Comcast, but you lose the subscribers, it's going to be hard to get them back.
Now, an area that actually led us the sector up was real estate from the open. Actually, now utilities just took over that real estate one. But real estate is an interesting area. I don't understand it. Maybe you guys understand it better than I. If we wanted to take a look at one of the highest caps that I have there, it's American Tower, and it's closing well here towards the close.
AMT, I mean, this thing's always been a beast because the cell phone towers, right? How can you live
Yeah.
without your cell phone towers? But we got an alert going out to our traders and investors around the world here. You got to, I mean, you're not on daily, you're not on weekly, you're coming up on monthly resistance. You're talking about a potential breakout this high comes in at 271.53. Your June high comes in at 271. Didn't quite get there today, but that's what you got to keep an eye on. And another major leg up for AMT American Tower, but can't wait. Let's move that line. Yeah, 271. 7109, as I mentioned, that was your June high. 7153, your April high. Working our way towards that for another breakout to the upside.
Well, the power was strong today in utilities. If you want to
Yeah.
take a look at some of those, I would point out NEE, Nextera Energy, pushing strong, 5.3% up. It's not doing bad, some of these names. And then after that, after we get our power, I want to also take a look at maybe one of the regulated gas stocks that is on my radar.
Not the kind of candle you want to see on this NEE. After the higher open, you continued in that direction, but you reverse course. Now coming back towards the low of the sessions. I don't mind these kind of trades, trying to hold it on the gap and go. I just don't like when they come back down and make a new low, kind of near the opening area. So just be aware if it takes out that 84, 83, 84.38 level, really nowhere to go. Top of yesterday's range was 80.78. And then we'll use this close today as a key level moving forward. It's going to be the new high close to the rebound as we speak right now by over $4. So that's a big leap for Nextera Energy. And I just think, we're already talking about, we whooped inflation's butt. We're going into recession. We're going to have lower, right? They're going to start to lower rates. So I don't know. Maybe the market is really looking that inflation is dead, that the economy is slowing down, and then Mr. Powell's going to break out that punch bowl again and just start, easing again, maybe in 23.
Well, let's point out here a regulated gas company that I've been kind of keeping an eye on it because we had that run in natural gas. So I was looking at the utilities and regulated gas, and today CNP. Kind of glad I've been talking about this one the last couple of days. Look at that move it put in today. I think that's an
Yeah.
interesting one there to
You're
keep an
good
eye
on
out.
charts like that are like going up. You look for them to go up. That's it. That's your
Yeah, so,
forte.
sometimes I don't even know these stocks, right? And the way that I find them is I'm working backwards. I'm not working forward. I'm not looking to see what was up on the day, but I'm looking at to see what industries led certain sectors. Then we can go ahead and try to find some leaders and laggards. And
Hmm.
CNP is definitely one. And then I'll also point to ATO, which is a higher price one, but just slightly behind it in capitalization.
Yeah, CMP pressing up. You're matching this high here. Really, you want to make sure this holds in here, this 41, 31, 31, 40, 31.50 area. That was the day it peaked at 31.40 and closed at 30.61. That looks like it's a little bit different though. This was as the issue was coming down, and now this is had a rally and a break, and now a rally going back up. So keep an eye, get a bid at, catch a bid here at 31.50. I wouldn't like be a hero on this one. I'd keep an eye on the 31.88 to couple daily. Just call it 32 if in fact you can establish a strong bid above that 31.50. And that's kind of like what I talked about in the S&Ps this morning. What I was hoping to see was, that 4,000 level. Could we make a bid there? Got through it this morning. Sure didn't hang out there for long, but it did get there, and now we're 74 handles away from it. So see if you can get a solid bid here at above to hold us at 31.50 to work its way at 32.
All right. We've had someone asking in the chat about PSX and earnings tomorrow AM. Definitely keep that one on watch. We got a bunch of energy stocks reporting. You got Chevron, you got ExxonMobil, PSX, of course, Valero really kicked it out the waters this morning, but keep this one on your radar. PSX has EPS expected here. Look at this jump, Joel. From last quarter, it was at $1.22. The estimated is now $5.78.
Yeah, well, first of all, take a note what they did to Valero here.
Oh, yeah, take a note on that one, man. Sliced it like butter, man.
They did. So
that rug pull.
Yeah, so I'd be careful on this one. The PSX, I can't tell you what the earnings are going to be, or the price action in the Valero would make me, a little bit cautious chasing this on a good report. You hit 90 today, and then people said, you know what, this has been a nice run. I'm taking some profits ahead of the report, back off at 88. So you're $2 away from the high of the day. So that's going to be your first hurdle. And even if you clear, I'd keep an eye at, you got to give yourself a little zone. And I'd say 90 to 91.30 because you had the high at 90 today. You had another high at 90.77. So that's a little bit of a sell zone. If they started to whoop it, I don't mind this $85 area, but don't get too cute. If it blasts through 85, your next daily low comes in at 84.06 is a daily low, then 81.53. But I'd be cautious chasing this one just because of what that Valero did. CVX, let's see how that did today. I know I had didn't quite get up to this pair of highs I was looking for, 152. So there's a look. That's your next target, your next hurdle to clear for CVX. Well, they tried to sell it off here a little bit, Mitch, and couldn't do a lot. Just stuck it under 40.70. Looking to close above 40.70 here. I know my clock is a little bit fast, but still looks like we're going to tack on 40 plus handles for the session after tacking on what was it, almost 100 yesterday. So strong close after a little bit of profit taking, but Apple and Amazon will be ruling today.
Yeah, now it's just going to be up to those two bad boys to see if this market wants to shake the bears completely out, or does it not want to do that and hang out and chop some more. So I think we're all going to be watching. Of course, if you guys want to catch some of these earnings reports, you guys can catch them right here on the channel. I'll be doing today. I got not Amazon. I'm going to be doing Apple's. And then we also got AB taking care of Amazon. So if you guys want to catch us on there, we'll be also talking about what we see and hear in the call. You guys can join us and chat in that chat room. We'll go ahead and take a look how the earnings call flows through. That's going to do it for us. We'll keep watch, guys. Definitely smash the like as we get on out of here. A lot to keep an eye out. And this looks like this rally is strong right now. But we've all known how this market has flipped around once or twice this year. So we'll see what happens here. Like always, hit the thumbs on up. Up next, you guys got some cannabis stock action. Don't go anywhere. Go check out the cannabis action. I know that you guys are probably thinking about what's going on in regulation. Are they going to be able to pass this? What's happening? Well, let's go ahead. Let's talk a little bit about it on Cannabis Insider coming on next. Hit the thumbs on up. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.